Hey YouTube, it's Hansi4200 and I want to show you my preps. It's just a general video of, this is actually my bug out location. I just wanted to go over with everybody just some of the things that I've been putting back over the last year. That's about how long I've been prepping, a little bit over that, maybe about 14 months. But I think I've managed to do pretty well in that amount of time and the budget that I'm working with. This is actually my semi-bug out location. This isn't actually my primary residence. It's a trusted family member's place that they've been nice enough to allow me some space to do some prepping in. Yeah, so let's get into it. Got a pretty big variety of stuff over here in this area. Pretty much all this stuff I consider kind of comfort food type stuff. This is the stuff to supplement the bulk foods that we'll get to a little bit later, but just a lot of the standard prepper stuff. Some of the things I don't see from a lot of other people's videos, things like fluff down there, things like that. We get a lot of like peppers, banana peppers, jalapenos, things like that. Me and my wife both like our spicy stuff, so we add a lot of that. Yeah, the fluff goes great with peanut butter. That's a staple for everybody. Gotta have your peanut butter. High in protein, stores a long time. Most of the stuff I try to keep has about a year shelf life, not all of it. We rotate the stuff that doesn't out pretty quickly, but some of the things have a lot longer than that. The canned stuff, even the actual expiration date, especially the fish, the salmon, things like that, it's usually 3 or 4 years, and as most of you probably know, the canned stuff will last way longer than it's actually listed as the expiration date. It will last probably decades, actually. You can see here a lot of my canned stuff, mostly meats. I mostly can meats. Vegetables, I just don't really see it as being worthwhile monetarily. They're fairly cheap. The vegetables are. Get them for 40 to 50 cents a can. The meats, on the other hand, are a far different story. In the beginning, before I was canning, I was buying a lot of these. Like, these are great value. There's Tyson and some other ones down here too. And these things are ridiculous, expensive-wise and flavor-wise. They're not good. I mean, this is a 10-ounce can. These, even generic ones, are usually around $3 a piece. And at least probably 20%, 25% of the weight in those cans is broth. So you're paying an arm and a leg for that stuff, and it tastes like crap. I mean, you have to admit, it sucks. It's not very good. And this stuff rocks. Flavor-wise, texture-wise, it's 100% better. Way better. I can this for about $1.99 a pound. It'll last just as long as the commercial canned stuff. Yeah, flavor it however you want to. If you don't have a pressure canner, you need to get one, because it's definitely worth it. I do a lot of chicken, more chicken than anything else, just because it's cheap protein and it tastes good. I also do burger, cube beef, usually top or bottom round. It's cheapest. Do some ham and pork, not a whole lot, but I do some of that. We rotate some of this. I make obviously can more than we eat, so I'm trying to set a lot back, but we do eat it pretty frequently. It's a quick, easy meal. A lot of tomato products, tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce, things like that. Gotta have something to put on all that pasta. Down here I got more just random stuff, some fruit. I do need to expand a lot on my fruit. I don't have enough fruit. I do realize that. This I did. I know this is a little bit controversial, but this is canned butter. A lot of people say it's not healthy. A lot of people say it can give you botulism, but I tried it. So far so good. I'm still kicking. So yeah, this shelf, before I forget about it, I want to tell you about this shelf. This shelf rocks. This thing is awesome. I got this just about 2 weeks ago. Local market / mini grocery store kind of place is closing down. They've been here forever. They're selling everything 40% off the mark price, and they're also selling, have sold, it's already done, but all the fixtures, all the shelves, all the coolers, everything. I got this shelf for 40 bucks. It's a commercial grade shelf. It rocks. I mean, it probably weighs 250 pounds, maybe even 300. It comes apart into about like 8 or 9 segments. It's sweet. I mean, for the price, it's unbeatable. I can climb it and jump on it. It won't even budge. Like, it is solid. I mean, you can tell by how many jars are in there. It holds some serious weight. Yeah, that sale was really sweet. I got a lot of cool preps. A lot of my preps in general I get either on sale. I go to Bent and Dent stores. If you don't have any in your area, I feel sorry for you. They're sweet. You get stuff really, really cheap, especially like junk food, canned stuff. Like a lot of these cans you can see got big dents in them and stuff, but they're perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They just got dents. And the grocery stores send them back. These Amish people with the Bent and Dent places turn around and sell them. They're usually about 30 to 40 cents a piece. A lot cheaper than buying them full price. The same sale at that closed down market, I got these, an entire case of Sterno cans. There are 24 2-packs, so 48 cans of Sterno for $30. The guy had 48 bucks marked on them. I said, I'll give you 30 bucks, and I walked out with them. I got a steal on those. I really don't use Sterno, but I figured it's a good backup. Why not? I can probably even turn around and sell half of them, make all my money back. But anyway, move on over. Got a lot of toiletries here, lots of toilet paper, lots of ladies products. Gotta have lady products. Can't forget about the women. All of this is in vain if they don't have their products, because you probably won't last long enough to eat your food. I keep a lot of my medical stuff down here. Not all of it, but some of it. Gauze, bandages, band-aids, all that good stuff. Vitamins, allergy meds, all kinds of. I keep a lot of children's varieties of all the other medications, adult types. I keep children's types as well. I have young children. Pretty much the entire gamut of medications and first aid stuff you can think of. Under here, same thing, a little bit more on the serious side. Some of the more serious things if you would have a more serious injury. Yeah, these are really awesome if you haven't checked them out. They're Israeli battle dressings. They sell them on Amazon and some other sites. They're about 10 bucks a piece. They work amazingly well. They clot blood up for like a gunshot, a cut. Wrap it around the wound and it seals it right up, and the bleeding pretty much stops. They're really amazing. A lot better than the quick clot powder stuff. Antibiotics. Need to expand on those more. Need to get a few more varieties, but for now they will do. Up over here, condiments mostly. Love our barbecue sauce. Goes great with rice and the canned chicken. A lot of bouillon. Most of my bouillon I keep in Mylar with O2 absorbers. This I keep out to rotate and to use. If you guys haven't used this stuff or heard about it, get a box of it and try it. You will love it. It's a prepper's paradise stuff. It's awesome. It's great. It goes in rice and beans and meats, soups. It's some kind of a Spanish seasoning. They sell it in the Spanish section at Walmart, places like that. Mexican woman that I work with turned me onto it, and I love it. I put it in everything. It's awesome. Yeah, lots of cream of mushroom, cream of chicken soups. They go great with everything. Rice, all kinds of different dishes. They make just about anything taste good. I stock a lot of those. Things like that, I buy up on those after the holidays, like after Easter and Christmas, I think is the big time I buy those, because the stores load up on them during the holiday season when people are buying them, and then once the holiday's over, they cut the price in like half. Like right now, it's the summertime, they're selling them for about $1 to $1.25, depending where you go. I got all those for I think 50 cents a piece. Half of what regular retail would be, just because they were trying to offload them. I do the same with a lot of this stuff. I buy a lot of it by the case, like a lot of the veggies and stuff. I buy all these that run a sale, 2 for $1, whatever. I buy up on them. Whatever I can't get at the Bet and Dent, I get on sale. Pretty much goes for all the other stuff I have here. Stock a lot of baby kind of stuff. I have young kids. Even if you don't have young kids, I think it's a good idea to keep some young people food around. Mountain House stuff. I don't buy a lot of Mountain House. My personal opinion is it's kind of a waste of money. It's good stuff to have in a bug out bag or something. It's light, but aside from that, I think it's kind of wasteful for the cost of them. Each one of these bags is like $6 or $7 for like one meal. I mean, I can, for the same price with bulk goods, I could, prepare probably 20, 30 meals for that price with rice and things like that. Move one over here. I'm going to do a whole separate video on arms and ammunition at some point here. I'm going to include that in this. These totes, I pretty much just keep cereal. We love cereal at my house. Kids love the cereal. pretty much all that's in these. I don't have shelf room for them. I try to buy healthy stuff, but I do get some of the good stuff just for special occasions and for fun. Up here I keep most of my ramen, probably, I don't know, 20 or so cases of ramen. Also got some cereal mixed up in there as well, more cereal, about 2 deep. Jump over to here. This is where I had more food before I got my nice big shelf. I keep losing focus here, sorry guys. Yeah, before I got the big shelf I had a lot more stuff into here, but now that I have the big shelf it's kind of emptied out a little bit. Just basically random stuff that I didn't want to put on the shelf. Got some like deli kind of meats, the kind you don't need to put in a cooler. They have about a year shelf life on them. Need to eat a couple of these, they're getting close to expiring. Brownies, lots of brownies. These are easy to make, they're yummy. Gotta have those. Some snack foods, random stuff, junk food. I have a bit of an Oreo addiction. Oreos and Red Bulls, it's kind of my thing there. But just some junk, candy, cookies, things like that. Things to keep morale up. A lot of canned beans. I don't really buy these anymore. I was buying those before I got into the whole Mylar thing. Now they're kind of just sitting there. But lots of baking soda, lots of salt. On the salt subject, really advise people to buy a couple bags of this. The water softening salt. It's so much cheaper than table salt. It's, I think, $5, somewhere around $5, give or take, for, I think it's a 40-pound bag. Like, I mean, that's dirt cheap, and it's great for curing meats, for all the different things you could use salt for, but it's just a lot cheaper than the table salt. Okay, I think we're going to move on to the next room. I'm going to cover the lens up here. Don't really want to give out a full layout of my spot here. But yeah, this next room we're going into is, you'll see it's an unfinished room, obviously. So we don't have a floor here, just dirt floor. But the benefit of this is that it's cool in here. It stays about 7 or 8 to 10 degrees cooler in here than it does in the other room. The downside is that it's very humid, so I don't keep anything metal or carton, you know, cardboard kind of stuff. Only thing that I keep in here is plastic, Mylar, all that kind of stuff that's waterproof and will benefit from the low temperature is what I keep in here. This is where I keep most of my bulk stuff, rice, beans, all that good stuff. I keep most of my oils in here. I think that they're pretty much waterproof and they benefit from the cool temp. Juice, mostly apple juice is what we like. Again, more oils and shortening I think are really important if you're going to be doing much cooking with all your staples. You got to have something to cook it in. It gives it a little bit of flavor. Most of these are all sugar, brown sugar, white sugar, things like that. I get these, you probably see a lot of these as we go around, but I get these for my work. I work at a small Italian restaurant, and they get their mushrooms in these little buckets, and they throw them out, tons of them. And I started grabbing them up, and they work great. They seal or airtight. They work great. Love peanut oil. I love cooking with peanut oil. It has a high burn temp, so you can cook stuff higher than you can with like vegetable oil. It tastes really good. Makes mean French fries with some peanut oil. I'll go over here. No, you can't see over here too well. Got a little crappy flashlight. You can see a little bit better, but just these. I know you're not supposed to leave Mylar exposed, but I've never had any problems with rodents. But I keep some of my bigger bags just like this. I realized that the bags that you get for 5-gallon buckets will actually hold a heck of a lot more food if you just bag them as they are without the bucket. I just noticed a lot of waste with the 5-gallon bucket bags. I'm not sure why the top's off of this one. I need to get a top on that. But yeah, basically all of these have my staple foods. Pasta, beans, rice, coffee, pancake mix, tea, coffee, bouillon. Take a look at my notes here. I have here about 450 pounds of rice, 400 pounds of beans, 40 pounds of coffee, 15 pounds of powdered creamer, 60 pounds of flour, 15-20 pounds of bouillon, 60 pounds of pancake mix, 25 pounds of dry milk, and it just keeps going on and on. Got a lot of stuff stacked up in here. I like the totes better than the buckets personally. They're cheaper, they hold more, and they do the same job. They hold the mice at bay, and they keep everything safe. So I've opted to use those versus buckets that are a little bit more expensive for the size. Okay, here we're going to cover the lens again, and we're going to walk over here. This, I can almost guarantee you nobody else on YouTube has a storage area like this one. This is very unique, kind of strange, but this is basically an indoor outhouse. It's a toilet built into the bottom of this basement. I have no idea what the thought was behind this, what prompted them to do this. I have no idea. There's no running water connected to it. I'm just assuming that they put it in here and then just never decided to finish it. I don't know. It's strange, but it was sitting here for so long, and I was running out of room one day, and I just said, hey, I could probably turn that into a storage area. So that's what I did. This is where I keep pretty much all of my non-food, non-ammo kind of stuff. It's pretty full. Pretty much a lot of the staple things you would see in a prepper's collection. Lots of propane, lots of lanterns. Oop, blind myself here. Just lots of just the random stuff. I keep a lot of Ramen oil, WD-40, a lot of toothpaste. This might look crazy and disorganized, but there is method to that madness. I know what's in pretty much all these. Well, I got one of them. It's all tooth care products, you know, toothbrushes and floss and all that kind of stuff. Up here is shampoos. This I keep full of stationery, tablets, paper, printer paper. I have that somewhere else, but crayons, markers, colored pencils, all that kind of stuff for my children. If the lights are out, there's no power, they're probably going to be stuck in the house a lot, you're going to want to have something for your kids to do besides drive you nuts. So whenever the back to school sales are on at Walmart and places like that, I buy up on a lot of this stuff, and it's so cheap. I mean, I get packs of crayons for I think it's like 45 cents or something. It's ridiculously cheap. Trash bags, a bunch of trash bags. They have a million uses. I buy up a lot of them. Just miscellaneous kitchen utensils, lanterns. Up in here I keep some of the solar lawn lights. Cheap ones are like $1 or $2 a piece. They're great for kids' night lights and to light hallways and bathrooms. Last year I used it all summer long for my children, and they like them. I mean, if the power's out, you're going to want to be able to alleviate as much stress as possible for your kids, and a night light is one thing that helps, and you won't have to worry about wasting batteries or anything. Over here it's all body soaps, ponchos, and plastic liners, just more random stuff. I have a lot of, like I said, a lot of propane here. My primary fuel storage is outside. I keep big propane tanks, a lot of gasoline, kerosene, all that. This is just what I keep in here. Again, with the little white buckets, I keep a lot of different things in here. They're marked. Take a look at this one. Cigarettes. I am still a smoker, but I keep a lot of tobacco, fishing stuff, seeds. I keep a lot of things like that in these buckets. There's just all sorts of things. Probably 2 or 3 cartons worth of cigarettes, probably 20 packs of cigars. I smoke cheap cigars. I'm cheap. A lot of canning lids here. I do a lot of canning, as you saw. What else? Oh, these are pretty much all batteries, rechargeable and not rechargeable, kind of a mixture. They're all separated by type, but extra flashlights. I got some deodorant up there. I don't want to be stinking too bad. Some baby products. This whole thing down here you probably can't see too well. This is all candles. This entire box is full of candles that I probably amassed for less than $10. I get candles at yard sales, thrift shops, freebie piles, places like that. It seems people just get rid of candles by the boatload, and if you just keep an eye out for them and grab a few here and there, they add up quick. And again, this is not even my primary residence. I have a whole nother box of these. Even the little stubs and broken ones and stuff like that, people I see all the time for free. I collect them. Me and my kids have fun. We melt them down, make our own candles. This was just a bunch of candle ends. Dumped it into a Pringles can with a wick down through it, tied a chunk of lead to the end, weighed it down, made our own candle. It's a lot of fun, something to do with your kids. Bleach, tablets. I keep a lot of liquid bleach also, but I do keep the tablets because they don't expire. They last pretty much forever. This case here, still got the lock on it. This is pretty much all spirits, grain alcohol, whiskey, rum, vodka, all that kind of stuff. I don't drink. myself anymore, but I keep it for barter, bribes, whatever could be the reason. I think it's good to have you know, 10, 15, 20 bottles of liquor. These are pretty cool. I got these from a guy for $5 a piece. He worked for a fire extinguisher company. I think it was Jones, and he had a big pile, probably 10 or 15 of these out in front of his house, and he was selling them for $5 a piece. Apparently they expire. I wasn't aware of this, and they're professional ones. They're the ones they put in like schools and businesses, places like that. He said after like 5 or 7 years or something like that, that they're not allowed to use them anymore. They basically have to retire them. They can't refill them. They can't do anything with them. They just have to get rid of them. But they're perfectly fine. I mean, they're absolutely perfect. And he said himself, I mean, he's had some that are over 20 years old and they're still as good as the day they were made. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just some stupid regulation. But I was able to land, I think I got 5 or 6 of these. You can tell the one's a little bit different than this one, but I think they're all about the same size. This is a little bit fatter, but yeah, these were a great find. I was really happy to have these. Great to have around the house, different places. Yeah, crap hits the fan. You're not going to have a fire rescue company to come and help you out if something catches on fire. You're going to have to handle it yourself. Yeah, just more stuff. A couple more bottles of alcohol and peroxide. Got some spray paint. I need to get some more just for camouflaging, things like that. Some laundry soap, fuel stabilizer, things like that. Yeah, and again, I have a lot more stuff scattered around. You know, stoves, and lanterns, and all the kind of the bulkier stuff I don't keep in here. I didn't feel like dragging it out today, but yeah, if you can, give me a thumbs up, guys, if you like the video. If there's anything that I'm missing, that's one of the big reasons I wanted to make this. If there's anything that I'm missing that stands out to you guys, let me know. I want to fill in those gaps. Water storage, I didn't mention that. I do have a fair amount of water storage in another area, but I do need to expand on that also. But yep, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great night, and we'll see you.